Tony Khan says Shane McMahon is always welcome in AEW. Plus, an ex-WWE team holds AEW talks. And we have a Hangman Page AEW return update. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling News right now. 2024 is a hell of a drug, proved by the comments from Tony Khan to Sports Illustrated. So this all began, didn't it, on a simple episode of Grilling JR with Conrad Thompson and Jim Ross.
Thanks, Conrad.
It's like he was here.
Talking about the possibility that Shane McMahon could appear on AEW TV, since obviously he's now a free agent, he's no longer contracted with WWE behind the scenes or as a performer. The idea, according to sources close to Thompson, isn't as far-fetched as people might think it is. And then that led to Shane McMahon himself reportedly reaching out to gauge interest of various people within AEW. So ahead of Forbidden Door this coming Sunday, Tony Khan chatting away with Sports Illustrated about lots and lots of different things, but the one that everybody's talking about is this one, the rumblings of a Shane McMahon AEW appearance. He said, "I heard the rumor that he might be interested. I've never met Shane, but we have a lot of mutual friends. I have a lot of respect for him as an executive and a professional wrestler," which he definitely is. Shane is always welcome in AEW. No, he is a professional wrestler. He's had some very entertaining matches. We laugh.
We do laugh. Unfortunately, I think we'll always laugh a bit because obviously, this is the guy who won the Best in the World tournament, to be the best wrestler in the world. And he has had some banger matches. He had some great dance partners, and he's had some banger matches himself. We live in this world where the possibility of a McMahon turning up in All Elite Wrestling is very real. Mm-hmm. And of all the McMahon men and McWomen to do it, Shane was probably always going to be the most likely anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's still a very, very slim chance of it happening. I think Shane would want a lot of money. However, because of the kind of McMahon ego / pride, whatever you want to call it, I don't think Shane would like people's lingering memory of him to be botching a leapfrog and knackering. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't think he'll want to go out on that match, if you want to call it that, at Mania. So
you want to go out in a blood and guts match on Dynamite.
Exactly. He'll want to do something, and it depends how keen. I imagine Triple H would throw him a bone and let him do something in WWE. You would like to think so. But hey, maybe that's not an option. And he wants to go out on his terms, sort of, in AEW. I don't know. It's a possibility.
He's a free agent. You'd think that through the work that he's done, he's got enough money to last him. He doesn't necessarily need the WWE connection anymore. Like, the only connections there are his sister, of course, and his brother-in-law. Mm-hmm. And he, as you say, there is a wrestler ego thing there that he realized. There has to be a realization. The fact that he has allegedly, reportedly, reached out to AEW and gone, what's the crack then? Can we make this happen?
Or at least talents within AEW.
Yeah, he's just kind of gone, what's it like there? Putting some feelers out there. Mm-hmm. The fact that he's making that call suggests that there is even a passing interest in this happening.
I mean, he's a guy who's very openly spoken about how much he loves wrestling. He grew up in wrestling, and he's really, really passionate about it. So that must be pretty tempting. I don't know. Honestly, never say never. Stranger things have happened. Not much stranger, but stranger things have happened. And how cool would it be? I don't give a toss about Shane McMahon, right? But how cool would it be to see a McMahon in an AEW ring? It's a laugh, isn't it? If nothing else, it's a laugh. It's funny.
You know what? Wrestling is a laugh.
Yeah, it is.
Don't take it all too seriously. It is a laugh. I think Forbidden. There's a chance for Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Why not?
He is a
That
New
is the
Japan
ultimate
guy.
Forbidden Door moment.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
It is, isn't it?
You're right.
You're putting on a pay-per-view this Sunday called Forbidden Door, which is about who could turn up anywhere. And Shane McMahon is a free agent gauging interest.
Make it mean something, because there is no Forbidden Door. Everybody's doing crossover stuff now. You're totally right. That is the real Forbidden Door, isn't it?
That is the ultimate Forbidden Door. We'll keep an eye on that one for you. Meanwhile, an ex-WWE team looking to make the jump to AEW. Who are we talking about?
We are talking about Mace and Mansoor, or Marseille and Mansoir, or Mason Madden and Mansoor. So this is from Fightful Select. They were backstage at AEW Collision. We already knew about that, although they weren't used. In addition, Mansoor was backstage at the LA tapings of Dynamite, though neither have appeared on screen. Sean Ross Sapp learned from AEW sources that while it's not a definite, the two have been discussed for appearances on Ring of Honor. They've not been told if a deal has been signed as of yet. However, there were some materials prepared in the event they end up working for ROH.
I could see them doing stuff on that side of things. I think they'd be a welcome addition to Ring of Honor because Lord knows it needs something.
Yeah.
You know, a thing, anything, and they'd be brilliant at it as well.
Yeah, for sure. You want to talk about laughs in wrestling? I think that team's a great laugh. I think they've got tremendous chemistry together, and it just seems like they're having fun all the time. I watch some of their digital stuff, their Twitch and all that, and they've got proper chemistry, and they seem like lovely fellas. And I want them to go away and prove WWE wrong, because they were saddled with some terrible creative. In some cases, Mansoor was barely used, unless it was like the build-up to a Saudi show or something like that. They did bits here and there, but I just think. I think the world of them. It sounds really daft, doesn't it? They just seem like lovely fellas. So I want them to succeed because there aren't that many lovely fellas in wrestling.
I want them to eventually do something in TNA because when I spoke to Mace Madden for Desert Island Graps, he says that they consider TNA their spiritual home. Which is based on sort of how they are as characters.
Okay, right, that's interesting.
When TNA Wrestling popped into their Twitch chat, their first reaction was they shouted, "TNA, bring us home, baby!" Yeah, bring them home. Like it's Les Mis. Owen Hart Cup flavored update for you. Last night, Jay White advanced into the semi-finals, beating Ray Phoenix on Dynamite. He joins Pac in the semi-finals, and his next round opponent is going to be determined next week at Dynamite Spring Break. It'll either be a wild card or Jeff Jarrett. And I think I talked about this yesterday. The way that they have pitched Jeff Jarrett for this tournament.
Incredible.
He's got to win it. And I know
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I think he's got to do the opposite. I think he's got to be beaten in the first. No, I think he's got. Yeah,
he's got to hand the tournament back.
I think he gets beaten in the first round by the wild card, who we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
Because of the heat, everybody wants Jeff Jarrett, and I think there's probably more to be gained from whoever comes out on his horse and defeats him. And I think it should be brutal. I think Jeff Jarrett should be bloodied, and I think he should be absolutely battered because I think the heat possibilities far surpass the Jeff Jarrett winning possibilities. You know what I mean?
I know, and I said that the other day, and I think how lovely though to have been in watching and working in the wrestling realm for so long, and there's still those moments that get me right there and go, you've got to do that, and then cooler heads prevail, and you go, actually, there's a great opportunity to do that here. It's cool. So
I am a cool head, Tom.
You are a cool head.
No, stick to what you want as well. It would be beautiful because it was an amazing. I don't even want to call it a promo because it was. It
was
an
interview. Speaking from the heart.
Yeah, it was. It felt so real. I'm sure it was very real, and it was a beautiful bit of work. And I don't want to call it a bit of work either because it was just lovely. You know what I'm saying?
But no, you are a cool head.
Thank you.
I'm a cooler head.
What?
Now, that wild card riding in on the horse.
Yeah.
Who could you be talking about?
I was thinking Elijah, formerly Elias.
Oh, he loves a horse.
He did. No, we're
His
talking
lovely horse.
obviously about Hangman Adam Page. I think it's... I thought it was a given until I read this, but it still seems like it might be going that way, right? Fightful Select reporting that Hangman's AEW return isn't too far away, saying Page has been out of action for contractually obligated personal reasons, which I couldn't work out, but I think it means that if these things happen in his personal life, he has it written into his contract that he's allowed to go and deal with it, or take some time off generally during the year. I don't know.
Might have been a family barbecue booked ages ago.
That could be it.
Contractually obligated personal reasons.
Importantly, he hasn't been injured, and they are told that AEW was always aware he would be making his return by late June or early July. Fightful Select following up saying it's important to note creative plans can always change, so we can't specifically report that he will be the wild card, but he was discussed for the tournament. He's also being planned for an early July return, well ahead of his absence.
So Hangman Page to batter my best friend Jeff Jarrett in the opening round of the Owen Hart Cup.
It's one hell of a return.
It's a hell of a return. And therefore, I would have thought it would lead to Hangman winning the thing. And Hangman challenging Swerve at Wembley. I mean, it's a story they've spent a year telling.
Yeah.
And the one thing that AEW does get a lot of sometimes rightful criticism for is the lack of stories in some of their matches. And there's an amazing story that they've told over the year with some incredible matches back and forth. So yeah, on those optics, banger of a main event for All In. If you pitch it right.
I think it's the most predictable outcome, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And I'm well up for a little bit more Swerve.
Yeah.
Hangman for
That's
sure.
a heelish Hangman.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I really love him as a babyface. I struggle to get into him as a heel, but beating up Jeff Jarrett, that'll help.
I think that'll help immensely. Hey, do you want to know why Rhea Ripley's not back yet? Do you want to know why Buddy Matthews got written off of AEW? They said they were heading off to Australia for a family event. Sneaky little devils. They got married. Wanted to take a moment and congratulate the two of them on some lovely nuptials.
Well done, buddy.
Well done, buddy.
No, it's beautiful. They seem lovely, don't they?
Yeah.
I just think it's awesome. I called it, didn't I?
You did call it the day, to be fair.
I might be bad at wrestling predictions, but as far as marriage predictions, relationship predictions, I'm your man.
Who's getting married next then?
You and your good lady.
Great answer.
Yeah,
That's the
quite
right
soon,
answer.
actually.
How did you know that?
I know, right?
I never talk about it. For the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Predictions to AEW Forbidden Door on the channel a bit later today. Then live reactions on Sunday night and what happened at Forbidden Door just a few hours after. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.